Minecraft. It's a game everyone knows and loves. Or you should know it, considering it's only the best selling game of all time. Really, when it comes down to it, it's a simple game. You mine some stuff, you craft some things. Easy, simple, stupid. However, when you've been playing Minecraft as long as I have, the game gets a little easy after a while. So I had a little thought. What if Minecraft was more realistic? Enter RLCraft, also known as Realistic Craft or Real Life Craft, a mod pack that simply makes Minecraft more realistic by adding body temperatures, seasons, and the inability for you to punch a tree down with your own bare fists. Oh, but it also adds pixies, lava monsters, dragons, and these things that like to just boot you into the sky. So I thought, could I survive 100 days in RLCraft going in blind? Now you see, the start was probably as rough as it gets, the middle of an ocean. And if you don't know, in RLCraft, if you die without setting a new spawn point, you get a new, entirely random spawn point. Thankfully, spawn number 2 was much nicer to me this time around, putting me in a swamp. But I immediately realized a problem. I can't measure the days. Yet, to my rescue is chat, helpful as always, recommending I simply just manually counted the days. Manual tally, are you going to do that? Because I'm not going to do that. Now, it didn't take long for me to not only die again, but also find a generated structure that came with everything I needed at that moment. A bed. Now I know, right now, it doesn't seem like RLCraft is much harder than regular Minecraft. I mean, all I've done is die a couple times, claim a structure as my own, do some light mining. But trust me, it's all going to get way crazier. The biggest downside I saw immediately in the house was the space. Or really, the lack thereof. So I saw to fixing that problem on my own. We'll worry about the specifics later. This is good enough for now. And I know what you're thinking. No, I never did worry about the specifics later. Going into day 4, honestly, I don't know how it happened, but a clock randomly appeared in my inventory, so now I can measure the days, which was pretty nice. It's worth mentioning at this point that in RLCraft, if you don't know, there's a skill leveling system similar to any RPG you would have played. And this system will lock you out from using certain items unless that skill reaches a specific level. For example, you can't mine iron until your mining skill is level 4. Now, once you can mine iron, you cannot use those iron tools until the related skill reaches level 8. So that being said, naturally, when you're playing RLCraft, you have to spend a lot, and I mean a lot of time just grinding for XP in order to use better loot. If I do this, will it heat me up? As a reminder, when I said I knew nothing about this mod pack, I mean I knew literally nothing about this mod pack, okay? Show my toes, not for $2. I know my worth. Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit. Oh yeah, that also happens sometimes. Like I said, realistic Minecraft. It's at this point in my quest to gain XP that chat managed to distract me for, I am not joking, 15 minutes trying to convince me that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are actually somehow tortoises. Also, they're just turtles. They're just turtles. Fuck me. Call me jaded, I guess. Maybe I'm just jaded in my opinions, but I don't fucking see it. I don't fucking see it. Oh, wait. Look at the second one. Look at the second one. Oh, and the third one and the fourth one where the shells are more oblong and elliptical versus a tortoise, which has a circular shell. What do you mean the lines look... Holy shit. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? You are literally you are shifting the goalpost on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Snapping turtle, box turtle, red-eared slider, softshell turtle. And look, he even has red on his face. There's red on his face. Look at Leonardo. Look at Leonardo and the red on his face because he is a red-eared slider. Why is Raphael so built? Because he is a snapping turtle. Turtle, 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 turtle. That's a person. That's not a turtle. Turtle. You can't say they're tortoises. You can't say they're tortoises. They're not tortoises. They're turtles. Fuck you, I'm going back to Minecraft. Now, don't forget, even though RLCraft is heavily modded, that does not mean you can't run into some of the same bullshit that you run into in vanilla Minecraft. What the hell? What am I supposed to do? Am I just supposed to stick my thumb up my ass for 4 minutes now? Oh, that came back as an unlit torch? Fuck me. Okay. Fine. Oh my god. Like I said, the same vanilla Minecraft bullshit. So this is your chance. This is your time. You got 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Go pee, get a snack. I'll be here when you get back. Now, if you spend as much time exploring in RLCraft as I have, you're bound to find some, let's call them interesting structures. Like a prison camp, for example. And if you're lucky enough after that, you might even meet God. What the fuck is this thing? Why is she kinda hot? That's so concerning. There's so much to unpack there. Do you like Imagine Dragons? Dragging these nuts, yeah. Also, there's no way you thought you were gonna get me with Imagine Dragons. You thought it was a genuine question, Rat? You thought that 10 seconds after I said goblin these nuts, that the Imagine Dragons question was gonna be genuine? That's crazy. You've never heard of it? Dude, let me tell you about my friend Candace, alright? Now, for all of its downsides, RLCraft has a couple of upsides, to give it credit. Like adding in a literal aurora borealis for you to see. Whoa. That's cool. And letting you be eaten by God. To live is to suffer. What is life if not eternal suffering, I must ask? Yeah, that pretty much sums up my whole experience. Excuse me? Okay, fuck you, bitch. He was moving too mad, man. He really said some. In case it wasn't obvious before this point, it didn't take long for RLCraft to start weighing on my sanity. Now, you see the way I look at it? There are two very distinct ways to play RLCraft. The more common way, where you Google every little thing about the mod pack, and you go into everything you do insanely over-prepared, which is what I like to call cringe. So I recommend playing my way, running around and always having the thought, I wonder what this thing does, and then immediately having to live with those consequences. Now, it's always nice to see that whether it's vanilla Minecraft or one of what I would consider the hardest mod packs ever created, one thing is always a constant. Always loot the village. Because sometimes you might just find a house like this one, and it might just change your life. Who knows? Now that 11 days have passed in-game, let's just stop and take a moment to list all of my accomplishments. Awesome. Call me crazy. I feel like if I spawn one, it just won't want anything to do with me. Deadly giant chicken-like wyverns, very dangerous, stay away. And I think that's all the information I need. I think that's all the information I need. Like I mentioned earlier, gaining XP to level up your skills is a massive part of RLCraft. And being as amazing at RLCraft as I am, naturally, I wanted to get this done very quickly. So for today, chat, I have like a start goal. Like I have where we're at and I have an end goal. And the end goal is to finally get all my stats to level 8. In order to gain this mass amount of XP required for the skills, I was directed to attempt one of the many possible dungeons that spawn throughout the world. These dungeons are just like large underground structures packed with nothing but loot and mob spawners. Sounds like a perfect recipe for XP grinding, right? Well, they're also the perfect recipe for disaster, so looking for one was obviously next on the list. And I'll bring a matchbox with me, because I've got plenty of lit torches, so I think I'll just bring a matchbox. Oh, poor horse. Oh, poor horse. You didn't have to do that, buddy. Timber! Oh my god. Why do these horses keep diving underneath my trees? Is life that insufferable for you guys? And on this conquest for XP, it is here I found this very normal and not at all creepy outpost inside of a mountain. And in this outpost lived what I still believe to be the hardest enemy to slay in all of RLCraft. Was it one of the plethora of added bosses? No. Was it one of the dragons added to the game simply as a checkpoint for your skills and gear? No. Could it possibly be this banshee that literally spawned in this outpost and added a death to my death counter? Still no. So then what then could it be? What is this impossibly hard enemy to kill in RLCraft? A bunny. A killer bunny. This single rabbit was responsible for not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 13 of my deaths. It is honestly baffling to me that somehow in a mod pack with dragons, with banshees, and again, this thing, that a bunny would be the single biggest source of my deaths. But me being me, too stubborn to let a silly little bunny win, I was eventually able to reach the peak of my blocky Everest and slay this bunny. They will remember this day in history where man overcame the rabbit. Slaying the bunny earned me an item, the holy hand grenade. And yeah, in case you're wondering, this whole mob is just one long extended Monty Python reference. Alright, I just want to start this off by addressing the clear elephant in the room. His name is Louis. He's pretty cool. Second thing I want to address, yes, the whole background's different. Alright, look, I streamed RLCraft literally 10 months ago. Cut me a break. But there's something that I wanted to bring to your attention. Yes, you specifically watching the video, there's something I want to bring to your attention. Did you know that 93.3% of the people that watch my videos on YouTube are not currently subscribed? That's insane. That is an insane number of people. Literally less than 1 in 10 people that will watch this video are subscribed, which means if you are subscribed, you're in a pretty exclusive club. So go ahead, join the exclusive club, scroll down, subscribe. It'll literally take you 5 seconds. I promise you, I counted myself. Thank you so much. Back to the video. With this massive win under my belt, my thirst to conquer had yet to be quenched. So I geared up, headed out in the hopes of still finding that dungeon to get my skills up to level 8. The dungeon I found, however, was a bit of an interesting one. You see, this dungeon spawned in the middle of a cave, which means less space for me to avoid mobs and more dark corners for mobs to come out of. That's a fucking lava monster. What the hell? What the fuck? A volcano came to life. I don't even know what to say about that. I'm actually left speechless. Like, what the fuck was this? What the fuck? Quickly, it was obvious to me that I needed a plan. The best I could come up with was just digging a hole in the side of the cave for me to hide whenever a lot of mobs started chasing me. And surprisingly, the plan actually somewhat worked. But no planning to dig a hole in the wall could save me from just being generally unprepared, and eventually my greatsword broke. And you'll never guess what happened when I tried to escape. No way it follows me up the ladder. Oh, that's going to, though. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck. Fuck, how did the chupacabra get up there? Or maybe you did guess it. As it happens to turn out, the dungeons are not any easier than these battle towers or the killer bunny. But I kept at it, hoping for this better loot and more XP that I was promised. After the dungeon, I was lost, confused, and admittedly, a little frustrated. There's an egg in this tree. There's a chicken in this tree. I needed backup gear to retrieve my original gear or accept the gear loss for XP gain and reset. Yeah, probably. I mean, that's what I'm doing now. I'm just accepting that that stuff's kind of gone. And that I'm never going to see it again. And I'm just moving on with my life. I think I'm more upset because I think I was too prideful to back out. I had an opportunity to back out with everything. And I was too prideful. The pride cometh before the fall. That's really what's getting me. Is the fact that, like, I had a really solid opportunity to get out with all the stuff I went in with and loot, and I decided to keep going. And now I walked out with, like, significantly less than I had. After the not at all disaster that was the dungeon, I decided to just cut my losses and mine some iron for the rest of my XP. Dude, I really just want to make sure you were still paying attention. Turns out, it takes more time than a normal person for me to learn my lesson, so determined to make the same mistakes, I headed towards a second dungeon. And it went about as well as you could expect it to go. But for the sake of time, we're just going to speed this one up. Add 9 deaths to the total. I lost all my stuff. Lost another portion of my mental sanity. Pretty much the whole shebang by now. Now, but here's the thing about the dungeons in RLCraft, right? Most people think that they're just structures that have a lot of mobs. But they're more. They're so much more. They're a plague. Not just on RLCraft, but your mind. Once you've lived through the shit I have, you not only live every day of RLCraft in fear of running into a dungeon, but the dungeon also infects your mind. It plagues your dreams. I was staying awake at night thinking about these dungeons, hoping, praying they wouldn't haunt my nightmares anymore. But the skeleton has a pretty nice shot, I have to admit. I thought I had him. Now, knowing all of this, I took the next logical step in my journey and proceeded to, say it with me now, look for another dungeon. But instead, I decided to try and tackle this battle tower right out of the village I found earlier. Now, this battle tower seemed easy at first. Went along like every other battle tower I've encountered at this point. But then, it was time to go downstairs. In case you aren't familiar with battle towers, the base floor and upstairs are all full of mobs that are relatively easy to beat, you know, your skeletons and your zombies. But it's when you go downstairs that things start to heat up, so to say. Not only housing the same zombies and skeletons, but blazes and cave spiders as well. But, to my credit, this time it took only 2 deaths for me to pull back, switch up the strategy, and deal with the battle tower a better way by making some boomerangs. And this time, I actually held my own pretty well. For a little while at least. So I had 4 more deaths yet again to the overall counter. But this, this little escapade was different. Because when I went to recraft my gear, I couldn't. So it was time to go mining yet again. You see though? You see what I mean? It's just a circle. There's no such thing as progress in RLCraft. You just go in one Long circle. You have nothing. Then you have something. Then you try to get more confident with this new something you have, and you take on something a little more challenging than what you took on last time. But then you die. And then you die again. And then you probably die a lot more. And then you're right back to the beginning of this endless loop, and you have nothing. I'm so upset about that backpack, dude. I'm done with backpacks. I don't care if it gives you extra inventory space. Oh, what the fuck? How did my backpack end up here? How? Before you ask, no. I don't know how this actually happened. Okay. Let me activate the gamer. Oh, that zombie's already coming after me. With my own damn crossbow. That's fucked up, man. Oh, there's my other backpack. Oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? Me and that spider are homies. His name is... That's actually a lie. His name is... You're shitting on my cock, dude. My stuff. Did the spider just fucking come on me? Or I just dismount. Okay. Dude. I put my backpack down. Alright, all my items are gone. That's really cool, actually, yeah. So there I was, yet again, sitting alone at my base, rummaging around to pull together any menial amount of resources I had left to rebuild. Once I was able to pull together somewhat of a sense of gear, what was it that I did? Maybe I can check out this battle tower for quick XP. If crazy shit starts spawning, I'm giving up. Ah, they never learn, do they? Once I was able to collect not only my stuff, but whatever shreds of my sanity was left from that, I decided to head out exploring again to get more resources. That's when I found this structure, which looks oddly similar to another structure I've seen before. Except this one was different. Like, very different. Okay. Little golem boys. In case you are wondering, that is literally all that was in this castle. Like, other than these things, it was completely empty. Alright, I'll take on the first couple of this battle tower. But I don't know if I can do the whole thing. Probably... What the fuck are you? I never learn. Do I? Oh, maybe I can learn. And how did this mod pack that God forgot reward me for finally making a smart decision?
Winged venom!
Oh,
Acid
dude,
rain!
That's right. Winged venom, baby. Now, truth be told, I don't know what this is. From what I've experienced, there's like a handful of events that can randomly start in your world, like winged venom, for example. And what exactly happens during these in-game events, I hear you asking? That's right, death. Remember when I said earlier that when you die in RLCraft, if you don't have a spawn point set, that you just get a new and completely random spawn point. Turns out, that tends to come in handy in a situation like mine where you have literally nothing left and just want a breath of fresh air in a vain attempt to regain any sense of sanity and well-being that this mod pack has forcefully made you part with. That's exactly what I did. Broke my bed, said my goodbyes to the base, and then did what I always do best. Add one more death to the counter. And where did my fresh start happen to be? That's right, the ocean, baby. But immediately following the ocean, I actually had a pretty decent start. I was able to quickly get a set of stone gear, find a literal death trap, and find this cozy little place next to a fairy garden. Oh, and it's also next to a dragon. But don't worry, the dragon made sure to quickly let me know that it did not enjoy my presence in the neighborhood whatsoever. No, my house! No! My home. All my stuff. It's all turned to ash. Big mushroom? Everything. This mod pack has tried to take everything from me. My time, my sanity, my hard work, all of my items. So from this day onward, I made it my life's mission to reclaim everything this mod pack stole from me. And how did I do that, you ask? Simple. Kill the dragon. And this was different. I wasn't just going to run in and fight the dragon. Oh, no, no. I had a plan this time. And what was this amazing plan to kill this dragon? Crossbow. You see, this crossbow is the single most powerful long-range weapon you have access to in the early game, which makes it a prime candidate for dragon killing. What the fuck is that thing? Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you know what? You're actually right. See, there it is. That's the thing I've been telling you about this whole time. Now, no matter how good a Revels plan may seem, as a chatter once said, quote, one thing you can always count on, Revels will die. Make a break for it. Oh, that's not good. But at this point, I was feeling pretty good about my plan. I had all the resources to not only make the crossbow, but the bolts as well, and it was just time for me to craft them and fight the dragon. Then he spawned. Ow, you fucking bastard. I'm fucking dead. Thankfully, retrieving my stuff wasn't as complicated as it has been in the past, and I was able to get back on track pretty easily. So now with the bolts and crossbow in hand, it was time. Last attempt was the trial run. This time, we take back what's ours. Fuck, my aim is so shit. Land, bitch. Come on! My watch just told me it's time to stand. Yeah, stand for freedom. That was a headshot. That had to do more damage, surely. Oh, he doesn't know what's hitting him. Heard you, motherfucker. He's got to be getting close. He landed. That's got to be a good sign. See, he's landing in, like, the same place, which is, like... Ow. Don't? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why shouldn't I just run in balls to the fucking wall? He landed, which means he's starting to fucking pussy out. Be patient. Shit, you were right. Shit, you were right! I'm gonna fucking kiss myself. Copium this time's different. Copium this time's different. This time's not different. It's never different. Can we be buds? Are we friends? Dumbass. Yep. Yep. I've heard this one before. Wait. Imagine I cut him up. Fuck. Please, boys. Boys, boys. We can talk about this. Boys. That's not fucking good. On the list of things that are good, this is pretty low on that list. My halberd was up there. I think I can get my halberd back too. My feet are dead. That's okay. I don't need them. Fight the dragon from a distance and not to get cocky. Okay, so what do I do when he drops then? Wait, did he just die? Wait, did he just die? Wait, whoa. I'm keeping my distance. Is he dead? He's in the river right there. Is he dead? Is he dead? Did I do it? What about it? DJ, spin that shit. What I said, because you guys couldn't hear me because of the music, was I actually really liked that shirt. You know, something changes when you kill your first dragon in RLCraft. There's a certain level of adrenaline you get. There's just something special about feeling the power after a silly little mod pack in the silly little block game has made you feel so powerless. It's addicting. You want to chase it more. All you want to do is chase that dragon. So that's what I did. I chased the dragon. Okay, he's getting a little close. He's getting a little close. He's getting a little close this time. Come on. You will die by my hand. Okay, it landed. What do I do? It landed. What do I do? Dragon down, bitch. Now, sitting below this second dragon was an even bigger, even badder foe. You see, these dragons that I've killed, no matter how big and bad they seem, are nothing compared to this. What is it? the tier 5 dragon. These tier 5 dragons are the biggest in the game. They are potentially world ruining if they are woken up. Because sometimes the makers of this godforsaken mod pack do actually have mercy, and the dragon only attacks if it's woken up. Other than that, it just sleeps in its den. 64 is a very high number for the amount of progress. Look, man. What do you want from me? No one would be impressed with my small feet. I'm not trying to reinvent the RLCraft wheel here. I'm trying to just play the fucking mod pack. I'm trying to just survive in this hell. Look, at the end of the fucking day, do you want to know what I will consider a success for RLCraft? For me, a success in RLCraft is if I get through all 100 days and I have less than 300 deaths, okay? You can hit mobs on the feetsies. I'm aware you can hit mobs on the feetsies. Guys, I've played Minecraft before. I think it goes without saying at this point, chat's faith in me was dwindling by the second. But they don't know they're dealing with a Minecraft pro that knows how to get out of these bad situations. Up is the only way to go. Shit, up was the wrong way to go. You pulled me back in, you bastard. All right. Fuck, that's not what I wanted. Don't fucking... Now, would you believe me if I said that this guy is the same guy that just killed 2 dragons? After quickly making a soul gazer, though, I started my final goal. Tame a rock. The rock... No, not that rock. The rock is this crazy looking bird that has actually killed me a couple of times. Turns out, you can tame him. After my chat informed me of this, it became my main goal to finish out my 100 days of RLCraft with a tamed rock. In order to tame a rock, it's pretty simple. You have to make avian treats out of silex meat and feed the treats to a wild rock. So I decided a good idea would be to make a silex farm in this pond conveniently outside my house. Except, I started this in the middle of the winter, so the pond had started freezing over and freezing silex in there and suffocating them. But I was able to fix this problem by just placing down some glowstone and some torches. With that set and me being as impatient as ever, I decided to hunt down some silex along with some other mobs you can use to make the avian treats. RLCraft is IRL Ohio. POV, you're in Ohio. I brought no bandages. No, please, God. Oh! I did it! Oh no, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I don't have bandages. Fuck. No. That went about as well as you would think. But I didn't die. So if you ask me, that's a dub. While still hunting for the crabs and turtles to make avian treats with, I got a little distracted by the thought of adding a dragon kill on the board. I got completely sidetracked trying to kill the dragon and got killed by this rock spider. Pro tip, if you're ever low on health and you don't have bandages, just die. I was able to make quick work of this dragon, and after looting it, I slept next to a volcano and woke up next to the literal cromulons, and chat told me to simply leave. So I listened to chat, and I ran into a cockatrice. Remember that foreshadowing thing from earlier? Well, here it is. Yeah, no, I'm actually really happy about this. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah. I knew that it wouldn't be as simple as just tame the rock and live life. I would need a saddle too. So in order to make a saddle for the rock, I needed a troll so I can use its horn to make the saddle for my new winged friend. Guys, if I die from hypothermia, that's so cringe. I died from hypothermia. Just do the troll call. Now see, if you look it up, they'll tell you that trolls can either spawn above or underground. Now originally, I thought that not going into a cave would be an easier way for me to find a troll. But the problem is, I died to like random things, like these birds that I guess shot their like feather quill things at me. I don't really still fully understand it, and in case it hasn't been painfully obvious yet, finding your stuff in RLCraft after you die is not a simple task. And with it being in the middle of winter, walking outside all but guarantees you hypothermia. Regardless, I decided to cut my losses and just make new gear from scratch so I can hunt trolls in the caves instead of on the surface. Because what's the point in taming a rock if you don't have a saddle to ride it into? Okay, maybe just any form of exploration in this mod pack results in a death. But we're not going to worry about the specifics. We stay on course. We stay on course. Helpful as always, chat was by my side to give me advice on how to handle all of these new mobs I was running into. You would have simply not died? I didn't think of that, actually. Now, while exploring the caves, I found what looked like to be an underground battle tower, and because I have just such an amazing track record with these battle towers, I decided to check it out. The good news is, the main mob, the Epian, was too big to fit through the doorways. The bad news is, just because the Epian couldn't fit in through the door, doesn't mean it was incapable of killing me. The elders said it couldn't happen. Woohoo! Late winter! Let's go, dude! But maybe God hasn't abandoned me. So after what felt like years of searching for a troll, finally found a cave that had potential. None of which was realized, except the potential to lose everything. That potential was realized. What am I going to do when I beat 100 days? Probably be happy for the first time in a little while. Like I've been saying this whole time, at some point, this mod pack started weighing on my mental health. A Winter's Grasp has begun. That's really cool. Winter's Grasp. So this is another one of those fancy murder events that RLCraft likes to throw at you. And let me be the first to say, this could not have come at a worse time, considering all of my loot was sitting in the middle of that roofed forest, and I couldn't get to it because of the goddamn Winter's Grasp. Why are the 12-foot reindeer spawn camping my ash house? I have no idea. The fuck is that? A necrovore? Bro's into vor? The whole game just crashed. Now, in case you were wondering, that death was a special one. That was death 100. Death 100 was the stopping point. Not of RLCraft. Oh, no. I still had 14 more days to suffer through. But the stopping point for my drive to make progress. For these next 14 days, I was going to try and do the impossible in this mod pack. Have fun. And in the start of this quest, there was one mystery I wanted to solve. What is the princess? You see, next to my base this whole time, there's been a castle. A big castle that pierces the sky with its massive presence. And every time I pass by it, a boss bar loads. And on this boss bar, it simply says, the princess. And every time I passed by this structure, I always had one question. What is the princess? So it's on this new journey of exploration and fun that I intended to answer this question. Going into this adventure, I assumed the princess would naturally be seated at the top of the structure where a princess would go. So I started the climb. Now, climbing this structure was easier said than done. My first plan was to just run up the staircase in the center. Yeah, that one didn't go well. So then I commenced plan B, which was to climb the outside and hope that I didn't die. Thankfully, there was a gen outside of the castle that was more than happy to give me levitation to help out. But that also didn't go well. The third plan I had was to use my singular ender pearl to get to the top of the castle. So I climbed and climbed as far as I could get, and then threw the ender pearl. Alright, fuck it, we ball. Yeah, that went well. So it was time for the fourth plan. Ladders. Now, I didn't have enough wood to make a significant amount of ladders, but my thought process was that something is probably better than nothing. And as it turns out, I was right. And using the ladder strat, I was able to reach the top summit of the castle to find an empty room with empty hallways that lead to 4 smaller rooms full of mobs. So I immediately did what should have been step 1 and Googled where in the hell the princess spawns. Turns out, she spawns underground. Next on my list to put the princess on hold was to see what Pong Kong was. Inside of the massive castle, there resides a room with Pong Kong guarding his chests. Thankfully, in one of those chests was a potion that actually just TPs you to your spawn point. So I was able to commit what I would like to call the heist of the century on this silly little gorilla. Ha! Now, to switch my focus back to the princess, I had a pretty ingenious plan, if you ask me. I'm going to go until the princess name tag shows up, and then I'm just going to dig straight down. So I dug and dug, hoping to find the princess dungeon. But what I found, I never could have been prepared for. Of all things. I missed you too, Arzur Dark. Okay, well that I was prepared for. But the next thing, I was not prepared for. Oh my god, chat, look who I found. Trolls. It finally happened. In the final 10 days of RLCraft, I found some fucking trolls. Except when I went back to the cave, there was nary a troll in sight. And once I got to spawn, this demon from hell made sure to put a stop in my plans. I became consumed with the idea of killing a troll, throwing myself endlessly into this cave until... So I kept checking for more trolls to make the saddle, checked over and over and over again. No trolls. So I gave up on the dream of ever taming a rock. Wait, how does this work? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. They say the easiest way to learn is through experimenting. Now, going into the final stream, the whole vibe was different. I had life again. There was a level of excitement and energy that I hadn't had for a long time while playing this mod pack. I think something about the thought of freedom gave me just a burst of life. And just like that, only 5 days were left. So I decided to start these final days by going back to my roots. Hunting dragons. Time to run, time to run, time to run. Down into the cave. Okay, last one. Imagine it went down on the last one. That would have been really cool. While making more crossbow bolts, I noticed I was sitting on a lot of these things called heart crystal shards. And for some reason, for the past 90 plus days of RLCraft, nobody in chat thought to say, hey, Revels, those heart crystal shards can actually increase your health. So this was one I had to find on my own. And just like that, 3 days remain. And there was a good start to the 3 days, if you ask me. But it was also almost the worst start to the final 3 days. Now, it's no secret that chat was attempting to help me during this time, and there were a couple of people in particular that were experienced in RLCraft and attempted to aid me like an equally annoying Navi. But I wasn't just gonna let this series end without saying my piece. They taught me fucking nothing. Like, I feel like the RLCraft pros got me to a point and then just started flaming me for not knowing what to do. It is rare that chat gives me an actually good idea, so this one is worth pointing out. Someone in chat had the idea that one of the dungeon entrances that spawn near the castle could potentially be the dungeon that the princess is in. So I decided to check it out. Jesus fuck! Well, now I'm stuck down here, I guess. What the fuck blew up? And the end is nigh. So after quickly picking some... Oh. After quickly attempting to pick some locks, it was time to put a ribbon on this adventure. And how exactly do you do this? Well, to me, the answer was pretty simple. By getting my chest plate back, let's go, dude. But no, that wouldn't do it. It had to be something more. This mod pack has run me for too long. Controlled me with fear. I will no longer let it. There we go. Rise. Rise from the ashes. Take back the land that was yours. Rise. Yes. Yes. Rise. Yes. Burn it all down. Do it. Torch the land. Yes. Look at the carnage. Look at the carnage that it created. Hearts in chat for the big mushroom. Hearts in chat for the mushroom. Ladies and gentlemen, give an 07 to the house that made us through the 100 days. 07's in the chat for the house that got us through it all. This was the house that did it right here. This house stood strong during all 100 days. The ash house that lived. It is time for one final time. You rate this playthrough a 1.5 out of 10, you can go fuck yourself. It is time to say goodbye forever to the world of RLCraft. It was an adventure. Did I have fun? No. Was it entertaining? Hopefully. Will I ever play RLCraft again? God fucking no. That was the end of the 100 days of RLCraft. Thank you guys for watching. It was a beautiful journey. It had its ups. It had its downs. It was amazing. Thank you guys, and good night.